Hello, my loves. It's going to be another just pricking around, basically. But this is the last abstract background I've got to work with, so I thought I'd do the usual treatment, so to speak. No plan in mind, so I might have to sit here staring at it for a little bit before I work out what's going on. If you're around, if you're there, say hello, if you like. First person who guesses what the music is or where it's from gets a special surprise. What are we doing here? This one is a bit of a mess, so I'm just going to have to impose a structure on it that's not really informed by what I'm looking at. Just the usual mix of a very dark blue for this painting. Just watering it down with some solvent because my linseed oil has dried up. It's got a crust on it, like a shit custard. Skyrim, Billy straight in. Never fails, never fails. Thank you, my liege. Yeah, I'm assuming this won't trip any copyright things, but it might do. I don't know yet. But I wanted to listen to a bit of Skyrim, so there we are. How you doing, old man? You having a nice day? It's fucking grim out there, isn't it, today? It's all grey and horrible. It's just another day, the good old British summer. I might use a ruler just to set some lines down this time, just to save myself the headache of working out lines. So the verticals are just going to be vertical, and then it will just be choosing a particular line to go on, in a kind of diagonal way, I guess. Not quite sure where that's to go. How about we do something similar to the last one we did? We just have a kind of a plane that drops down. I tell you what, let's just do it. I'm just going to pop a line in. That fucking line ain't straight because my ruler's bent. Oh, look at that. It's a bent line. I've been using game music under the assumption it'll probably be okay. Yeah, I think generally speaking you are. Yeah, I think you'll be all right there, Billy. I always assumed the further back you go, the better. But yeah, the Skyrim Oblivion music's really nice. So don't mind the cooler weather. It's a bit grey though. Yeah, it gets really hot in here. Even though it's a fairly shite day, it is getting quite warm in here. And I'll have to start getting unclothed in front of you all. Welcome to the chill painting session. Seriously though, this is cool. Cheers, Rich. Yeah, I'm going to try and do more of these if I can. Look at that line, it's way off. Fucking thing. Never hold your ruler in a jaunty way or it will banana it. just go bananas on you, literally. Yeah, again, these lines, they don't mean much because I can rub them out. Is that any better? Oh fuck yeah, it's bloody awful. Anyway, we don't worry too much on here, so let's take that and make it roughly parallel. So we're going to have kind of steps. It's going to be a very simple painting, I think. Steps or blocks, something like that. Now I could just measure those points, couldn't I? But I like being, I like going a bit rogue. Let's get that line a bit cleaner. Actually, it's disturbing. How long until the pea wine is ready? Well, it's going to be quite a while, actually, Billy. Although the fermentation has slowed down, so as soon as that stopped bubbling, it will be ready for a taste. So I might give it a taste, but that's better. It will taste a bit rough, so ideally waiting about 2 months. So it's going to be a couple of months, unfortunately, until the grand unveiling, and you can all watch me die. Hello there, Christian. Hello, hey John, how you doing? I'm doing all right, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been busy for the last week doing various things, family related, not doing too much work, trying to chill. I find it very hard to do that. But today is an odd day where I can do some of my own stuff. So I thought I'd do a painting. I'll tell you about the other painting I was doing this morning a little bit later. Doesn't matter the line of a representation of the space-time continuum versus the energy in the big expansion. Rich knows what I'm doing here. Oh God, imagine if you fermented your own wheat. Sorry, I just thought of it. Actually, I thought of it as well, not in a serious way, but only purely hypothetical. You could do that. That's the thing. Just bung a load of sugar in with it, and you can ferment your own piss easily. But in fact, some people drink their piss, don't they? They do. I mean, I've never tried it myself, but apparently it's quite a healthy thing to do. Wasn't I might be making this up, but wasn't Sting, the singer Sting, didn't he used to drink his own piss? Or have I just completely made that up out of nowhere? I mean, I can't imagine that. I mean, if your body pops something out of it, I don't think it's supposed to be ingested. Although there are some exceptions, of course. Yeah, we don't want to start getting into that. Now, those two lines do not look parallel to me at all. Fucking hell! Look at that. That's what happens when you use a ruler. I'm going to measure those 2 points just to... Sometimes I think I've got a good eye for things, measurements, but I'm usually off. It's about 10 centimetres. And that's 11. Bastard! Can you believe it? The trouble is, I know I wouldn't normally piss and moan so much about the integrity of a line, but if you get it wrong at the beginning, the whole thing will be fucked. So we'll keep this top line and see what happens with the fucking bloody... I'll measure it this time. Doesn't help really that I'm using the wrong brush and that I'm even putting a line in with a brush. I mean, a pencil line would be nice, but you can't rub a pencil line out on a canvas without causing all manner of fucking things to go wrong. There we are, that's 10 centimetres. And I assume that's the edge there, but there it is. No, that was way off. Okay, we're back on track. Just need to bloody get my shit together. It's because I haven't been painting for a while. So, yeah, the other painting I was working on this morning. What the hell is going wrong with my hand today? Yeah, I was doing a kind of a clean-up of an old painting. I did it about 2011 or something like that. It's a kind of erotic painting showing the hindquarters, shall we say, of a young woman. And shortly after I finished painting it, my grandmother bought it for her husband at the time, because he was in hospital, so she wanted him to have a nice surprise when he got home. Unfortunately, they've both passed away now, so the painting came back to me, and so I don't want to sell it. I want to keep it because it reminds me of that, her doing that for him. It's quite a nice thing. So, but because it was quite an early painting of mine, it was quite crude, shall we say. I've definitely got better, which is encouraging. So yeah, practice makes perfect. It would seem. I thought that I'd reached a certain point in my life where I couldn't improve anymore. It just shows that you can. Anyway, it's a bit rough around the edges, but the one thing that was putting me off, I haven't changed the body at all. I've left it as I painted as a younger man, but the background was really terribly painted and it's blotchy, and there are areas where it's sunken in, whatever. So I've just gone all over it with my favourite colour now, black. Well, it's a very dark blue, and yeah, just to knock it all back, and it looks okay. And I put a little bit of some fucking fly in here. Yeah, so, and a little bit of shadow between the legs, between the buttocks. So it should be okay. It should be okay. I'll show you on a future episode if you fancy it. I've done quite a few paintings here and there. Look at this fucker. Wants to get in on it. Anyway, right, let's not worry about that. Yeah, so now we need the second line. So we've got to pick that, and I'm going to draw another fucking line. Can you believe it? Right, so this line will be going, so our columns, the perspective, it's not even, is it perspective? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing at the time. Right. Maybe I should ask the fly. Yeah, I'm going to have the lines going this way. Not with this bloody paintbrush. God, what's the matter with me today? Anyway, let's just do it simply. I'll tell you what's not helping. It's this ruler. It's got a cork backing on it. Okay, yeah. I'll tell you what we'll do, actually. We'll use the width of the ruler to set some kind of uniformity of line, or of size, shall we say. So there we are. I'll just pop a load of those in, and we'll use that then as the substance of our structure. Beautiful. And if you're very lucky, I might paint a penis a bit later. Sorry, I've got my phone off silent. I very rarely do that these days, but my partner is out in the wild, so to speak, so I wanted to keep her safe, so to speak. So if a barbarian happened to be attacking her, I'd ride out on Excalibur and try and save her. So yeah, we've got to be careful these days. Lots of brutes out there. But I know you're all wizards, you all know what it's like for us out in the wild. I'm doing another scratch card wizard soon, by the way. I've got a new means of divination. It's probably going to blow your fucking minds. Yeah, and this time I'm going to win big, you'll see. If all goes to plan, I'll be doing this every day instead of going to work. That won't happen, unfortunately. That's not the spirit though, is it? It's not the spirit. So, I think we've probably got enough of these fuckers now. No planning whatsoever. I don't like the fact that this one terminates there, but there's nothing we can do about it now. Let's wipe the ruler off. I mean, I may just use this as a guide. I may not do it as simple as this. No, right, that painting is finished now. Some people would probably finish there, wouldn't they? I mean, it looks okay. I mean, this line that we smudged out looks like a shadow under that other line. See, it's interesting, I find, where paintings can take a life of their own. They'll tell you what they want you to do to them, if you will. Anyway, fuck it. Let's just. I'm not going to rigidly stick to that grid. I'm going to go off piste where I can. What brush shall I use? I'm going to use a big bugger. or big-ish, and we're going to have some fun with it. Thing is, if you just stick to a rigid grid, it's boring as fuck to paint, and it tends to be a boring painting. At the same time, I found that you don't necessarily have to enjoy the painting process for the painting to be good, or that for you to be pleased with it at the end, but it helps. Similarly, if you're a writer, if you're not enjoying the writing process, your readers will know that it's shit. Right. Look at that, I've loaded my brush up too. What am I doing? I'm out of practice here. Start with a dry brush. I'll use this one. Make it as dry as possible. Right, what are we going to do here? So what I'm going to do, make it even more boring for you to watch if you are watching. I'm going to put some verticals in. So where do we want those? I'm going to pop one right there. The intersection of those 2 points. Just rough. Rough as you like. That's very rough. Where else? Fuck it, I don't know. I didn't believe it myself until I looked into it. About what? I've already lost my train of thought. What was that? About the piss. Yes, piss drink. Yeah, it's pretty much anything you can make a beverage out of. It's very simple, but it should be effective. Cheers, Christian. I need to share some anti-hex ritual for your scratch card endeavours. Yes, if you can, sling it my way, Christian, because I've been having a hellish time lately with these bastard cards. There's witches everywhere. In fact, I got one the other day. A scratch card, that is. Not a witch. And I didn't do it on the camera or anything. I kept it secret. I was testing my powers. And the young girl who sold me the card was very, very pleasant. Fresh-faced. I don't know how old she was. Not very old at all. But that complexion, that fair complexion, hid a monstrous demonic entity. I didn't realise at the time. And completely fucked me over. So be careful out in the wild. There are witches abroad. What the hell am I doing here? Right, let's take another line there. See, I'm feeling slightly overwhelmed by this painting. It's not a good sign. Right. Apologies if some of your messages don't come through. It's because of this shit fucking thing. YouTube in general, really. Anyway, let's get on. So we're going to have a plane here, like a block, I think. Or are we? I don't know. What you need to do is say Annulo Mufa. That should chase bad luck away. Annulo Mufa. Now, is that a naughty word? Christian, are you getting me to say something horrible? It does sound like a word of power, though, so hopefully it's okay. Already, I don't like this. This isn't good. So, tell you what I'll do. I'm going to go off-piste. I'm not quite sure how. Something's wrong here. Something is wrong. Don't know what it is. Trouble is, once you get the ruler out, you're stuck. You've got to keep rulering it. Some nice colours here though. I hope I don't end up burying the buggers. What are you all up to, by the way? Let me know. Are you all well? I know it's the start of the week. It's not the best time, is it? If I wasn't doing this, I'd be fucking miserable, I can tell you that right now. But yeah, when I go back to work in September, hopefully things are going to be a bit different. Done quite a mighty spell to that effect. Ugh. Okay, working but getting close to finish. Oh, wonderful, Billy. Nice. You must have started early today. And Rich is on lunch. Aha, lovely, lovely. What are you eating for lunch, Rich? I just had 2 hastily dispatched soft rolls, the kind of rolls that have no nutritional value whatsoever. I squirted some reggae sauce into the middle of them and a load of cheddar cheese and just wolfed it down. Because when I've got paintings on the go, my body can just fuck off. I'll just feed it whatever I can throw into the furnace. Oh my god, this is a mess. You're not going to believe this, I'm getting the ruler out again. So these should match those, but they don't. Of course not. What am I thinking? Christ almighty. Anyway, fuck it. Right, so that should... That would go to there, that would go to there. Yep. Let's do that. There it is. Well, that's no good, is it? It's probably about there. Something about this is not right, but I'll tell you what, let's just paint it and see what happens. Okay, Iron Brew flavoured jelly babies, wedding anniversary present, and a cup of Yorkshire tea. That is a meal. Good lord. Marginally more nutritional value than what I've just had. I do like Yorkshire tea, it's a nice strong one, isn't it? I compensate for that by using a standard tea bag and brewing it for about 5 minutes. It's not naughty, but I can teach you those too. Okay. Just having breakfast. Okay, Christian's on a different timeline down in Argentina. Yeah, we've begun the day ahead of you. If I were you, I'd go back to bed, and nothing's really worth staying up for, I would say. But soldier on as best you can. I don't like this. I'm going to do this. Rub it down a bit, and then I'm going to go off piste. Sometimes that happens. You just got to bite the bullet and just say fuck off. Oh, that's where I know Aluno Mufa from... Didn't Argentina sing or chant it or something? Is it an anti-English sentiment, perhaps held at football matches, perhaps? Right, fuck it, let's just paint. Let's paint. I'm gonna go down here, and then I'm gonna go down here. Just for shits and giggles. Sorry, my vape gets in the camera sometimes. I didn't realise I'm doing it. This is a very uninspiring shape I'm creating here. Fuck it, right, let's go for a bigger brush and just go to hell. Here we go. Billy's having Tesco value. Oh no, sorry. Tesco value decaf tea is the best I've ever tasted. Call me a Philistine. Yeah, I wouldn't drink it without the caffeine added personally. I need it to pep me up, but that's a good recommendation there for any of you that don't like caffeine. I'm a tea fiend. I'll have to try that one. So Rich is already on it there, so that's good. Oh man, this is awful. I do this sometimes. Start painting and it just goes to hell. Song with Rich, but it's definitely football related. Ah, right, okay, say no more. Football chants are they're quite clever, aren't they? I mean, they're quite obscene, but they're quite inventive, some of them. Do you have that culture of chants, football chants in Argentina? I imagine you do you? It's quite a big thing over here. I saw a good one. It was the British people chanting against Sweden during a game. And the chant was, "You're shit, but your girls are fit." That was quite good. So it's not entirely a horrible thing, is it? I suppose it's quite nice. And that's going up there into space. And here, I'm going to have another shape. It's going to be coming down here. So it's on a different plane here. It's going to be a very simple wedge. So yeah, the grid is helping somewhat to conjure some other shapes. Forms. It could still turn out to be utterly shite. Simple and to the point, indeed. Nothing like a backhanded compliment to break the ice. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the nicer ones out there. And I think it was to the tune of "You're shit, but your girls are fit. You're shit, but your girls are fit." What's that? Is it Pet Shop Boys? I can't remember. Worst things have been sung. Worst things have been sung for sure. Indeed, yeah. There's a lot worse. Yeah, I wouldn't advise go looking for them, to be honest. Right, let's pause for a moment. It's getting a bit too rigid for my liking. Tell you what, let's pop it right down here. All the way down. I'm just going to paint further away. That's fucking shit, man. Did all that work with the lines and now I'm going off. Something like that. Something like that. That's now an archway. Maybe. Ugh, don't like it. It's not getting my tits excited. The mistake was being too rigid at the beginning, maybe. Preferably it's a bit more organic. You never know, you never know. I'm always so bloody negative. Especially when I'm painting. It's getting interesting. I'm losing it here. This part's too pedestrian, and this bit's disturbing as well. This here. Music is making me want to play through Skyrim again. Yes. I've never played it. Can you believe it? I used to watch my brothers play it. I've always been the kind of person that prefers watching people play games rather than play them. Just because I tend not to be very good at them. But yeah, that's a cracker. It's quite heavily modded now, isn't it, that game? On PC anyway. I've seen some really photorealistic skins and all of that. It looks unbelievable. And almost unrecognisable to the original. Look at this. I don't know what's going on here. doing something a bit naughty there. Tell you what, I'm just going to go completely crazy. Yeah, so something's going to pop out of here, I think. Ugh, that's awful. God. Or is it? Something going on. Something going on. Oh, sorry, I've been missing some. I was completely lost. If you have access to NASA computer, yeah, exactly. If you have a supercomputer to run the fucker, my computer couldn't even run the stock game. Probably it's so shite. Have I ever played Elden Ring? No, I haven't. But I like watching other people play it online. I do. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous, but I wouldn't be able to. I would be terrible at that. And my brother, I've got it installed on my PS5, but he plays it when he comes down. God, what's the matter with me? I'm stroking it. He comes on it. No, he plays it when he comes down. But we didn't play it last time. Yeah, fantastic looking thing, but yeah, Dark Souls kind of thing. Is it Squaresoft? Those games, they really know what they're doing. So this is a precipice here. Determined by these wedges. And then those will have the corresponding verticals. Interesting. Still don't know if I like it, but this space here looks a bit moribund. I think we need something here. Perhaps a cavity of some kind. So that. Do you play it, Christian? Do you play Elden Ring? If so, do you stream it? Let me know. I'll watch it. So we could have some very odd things going on up here. That would be nice. Some kind of strange shit. Don't know. We'll see about that. That wedge is looking more tasty now than I thought at the beginning. No, that would break that, so I'm leaning on that one. Might leave that as it is. Need something else though, I don't know what it is yet. You haven't got a PS5? No. Okay. Let me know when you get one. I mean, I didn't have a PlayStation for years. The last one I had was a PS2. My brothers kept going on it. You know, they wanted me to get one as well, and I wanted to, so we could play online together. But I also thought I'll never get anything done. But then I did bite the bullet and get the PS5, and I've never looked back. I don't play it a hell of a lot though. Currently playing the Alien Isolation game, which is fantastic. But I used to watch people playing it back in the day, and every time there was a jump scare, they were, you know, pretending to be scared. I'm not sure if they were pretending, because I've been doing that because I'm genuinely scared. It's a lot to do with the sound design. It's so immersive, especially if you're wearing headphones. It scares the shit out of you. You feel like you're there, and the music and the ambient sounds are also sinister. Yeah, it's not good for an old man like me. It's probably going to be on my tombstone. Died by getting scared by a bloody animated alien thing. Well, this is looking completely shambolic. It looks better on your screen than it does on mine in reality. I think I need to clean. Okay, what the hell's going on here? This is going to be a nightmare to clean up later, I know that much. Right, so we got that plane there. Tempted to keep that one there, but then it's a bit of a mess. Sorry, this one's not proceeding very well today. Oh, I had a major migraine the other day, and every time I have a migraine it feels like I've been brain damaged slightly, so it could be a consequence of that. And for the next couple of days I tend to be very clumsy and just not with it. And this was, pain wise, it wasn't too bad, but usually I get this kind of aurora of lights going on. And this was the most beautiful one I've ever had. It was this great big band of swirling colours that were pulsating, all different colours of the rainbow. And looking at it was making me feel sick. That went away. Normally that's the end then. And then it came back again. And I was getting scared. I genuinely thought I was having a stroke or something. But it was alright. Half an hour later, I necked a few glasses of wine and all was well. Normally I wouldn't advise doing that, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. I did get a new computer, but I don't want to push it too hard. No, okay. No, Elden Ring may push it, yeah, for sure. But yeah, it might be worth dabbling, see if you can run it. Yeah, my computer really wouldn't be able to do it. I don't know if any of you run Windows. I'm getting those updates saying that your computer will not be able to run Windows 11. I could have told them that, but so I don't know where that will leave me. My last computer was left in the the land of Windows XP, and I had to just disconnect it from the internet for fear of malicious doodads going on. Yeah, so yeah, so I don't know what's going on there. It's a bit shambolic, isn't it? Darkest dungeon is I. So I get some comments here, and then I'm getting others on my phone, so I don't know what's going on. What Amiga did you own back in the day, John? So we started off with an Amiga 500 Plus. We had that for a long time, and then eventually I bought a 1200 second hand, but it was already going out of fashion then, but I was still a hardcore Amiga follower to the end. Then I started trying to get into buying and selling used Amigas. So I did a few of them, and then one of the Amiga 1200s died on me, and I just never did any more. But ever since then I've been emulating them. So it was quite a joy to eventually be able to emulate an Amiga 4000, which was a wet dream of mine back in the day. So like running Frontier or Elite 2 on a Amiga 4000 is breathtaking. Sorry is one sorry, I've been meaning to try. That's what I meant. Oh, okay, sorry, yeah. I see. Right, Darkest Dungeon. Is that a game then, is it? I haven't heard of that one. If it is a game. Right, that's more or less it, I think, but it's utterly shambolic at the moment. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna block in shit. So up here, this is a no-brainer. I'm just gonna make this black. Blackish. Did you have an Amiga, Billy? Or were you a PC fellow back then? An old mate of mine, he's called James. We've kind of stayed in contact all through our lives here and there. Nothing heavy, shall we say, but he invited me over to his house last year because I listed some old games, PlayStation 1 games I think, on eBay, and he ended up buying them, and he I didn't realise, he said, do you want to drop them around mine? And instead of posting them, and then I was checking out his place, and he could open it as a museum to Amigas, I think, to Amiga enthusiasts. He's got an incredible collection of games and hardware, various computers, and really wonderfully, he said that he's rebuilding a Commodore 64, and he's going to give it to me. What an absolute unit. Well, he says it's going to be a wedding present, so that my partner probably won't get the full benefits of that gift, but I mean, she'll probably benefit from the joy that I receive from it, because I haven't owned a Commodore 64. Well, I never had my own one. We had one back in the day. But they are quite rare in a way, because there's parts on them, like the capacitors can leak their bloody juice everywhere and end up fucking the thing up, because obviously they're not made to last forever. Yeah. What the hell is going on around there? That's completely shagged. Okay, yes, it's an RPG. It's a cool style. Looks like drawings. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Darkest Dungeon. That sounds good. I've always thought that would be an interesting. I'm sure it's been done with other games, but I thought maybe, because I love point and click adventure games, I thought that would be cool to make one day where I just like paint everything's painted or drawn. I don't draw anymore, but you know, just a rough style, I think, or even charcoal. That would be quite cool. So yeah, I'd certainly check that out. Tell you what, let's make this. Let's make this go down here. Something like this, I don't know. Right, let's make that. It's a kind of divide. Oh, I don't know. No, but I remember my cousins playing on one. First PC we had was Windows 95. I like old hardware though. Okay. Yeah, I'm the same, but I'm just stuck for space, as you know. I mean, everything is crammed in here. I haven't really got room for much more, but I would have kept all of my old computers, the Amigas I had, but there's just no room. You can't beat running stuff on the original hardware though. I mean, when I was over my mate's place and we were running stuff, just hearing the floppy drive, once we got our floppies out and started playing with them, just could not. it's a game changer. It really is. Let's corrugate this bit. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing. Going off piece here. This one is looking terribly messy at the moment. I can already tell this is going to be shite. It's not a pleasant realization, my loves. Those lines I did were completely off. Ideally, what you want in an image is dynamism, you know, something that grabs you by the short and curlies and gives it a point of interest. This at the moment, this bridge, as shambolic as it is, does give something, but over here it's lacking. It's definitely lacking. I think what we need to do is ideally completely fuck it up. Oh baby, oh baby. Went swimming a couple of times last week. In the sea. Once in the Cornish, off the Cornish coast, and once off the Devonshire coast. Broadmoor Sands near between Paignton and Brixham, and Widmouth Bay near Bude in Cornwall. Absolutely wonderful. I always forget how nice it is to be in the sea and just be floating there and being moved by the waves. It's a really special thing. We should do it more often, but it's normally my fault because I'm a bit of a hermit crab in my normal life, so I don't like going out the door if I can help it, much to the detriment of my partner, unfortunately. But I'll try and make more of an effort in future, because it was so nice. I'm not very good at swimming, it must be said, but yeah, my partner's very good. She grew up by the sea in a kind of fishing town, so she likes swimming way out, and it scares the shit out of me. So unfortunately, I stop her doing it now. I'm curtailing her freedom slightly, but I don't like it. But I'm sure. Well, she's very good anyway. Just doing a bit of simple blocking at the moment. I don't know what's going on at the moment. But don't worry, it's going to be fine. Maybe not. And a little bit down here. That's fucking awful. Anyway, it's too positive. Bude is nice. Used to visit a festival near there years ago. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I've actually been to Bude, because we used to, back in the day, we used to go to Widmouth Bay all the time because it was cracking for bodyboarding. The cooler version of surfing, I'll have you know. And it was so much fun. So I wouldn't mind doing that again one day. I ended up drinking a bit of the sea, which may have triggered the migraine actually, because it was the same day. But the waves at Widmouth Bay were they were large-ish, but it was a bit choppy, and so it was hard to navigate, shall we say. Ooh, I've just had an idea. Prepare yourselves. I can have another platform here. Pops out of here and mirrors this one. I think that might be nice to look at. Maybe. If I can get the curve right. That's not quite what I had in mind. Yes. Should come out there a bit more, I think. If we're trying to mirror the other one. Do you go to festivals a lot, Billy? I don't know if I've really ever been to one. I remember when I lived in Japan, I went to some kind of like hippie kind of new age kind of festival once. Which was interesting. That memory's come from deep. Forgotten about that. Anyway, something's going on there. Might even put another one there for shits and giggles. Why not? Let's fucking do it. I like repetition if nothing else. Triple nipple style. Okay, so this is a mess. Tell you what. Oh, excuse me. Bloody door's gone. I forgot about that. I've ordered a load of canvases. You know, I said I'm doing this 100 paintings project. 2 days ago I bit the bullet and I ordered 70 canvases at the cost of 200 and something pound. I just got to paint them now. Oh dear. I get these ideas. Yeah, I'm a bit impulsive in that way. My philosophy is that if I know they're there, I'll use them. But if they're not there, I won't. And I was also worried that they might be discontinued at some point because I need that particular size. Let's take that line there. This goes behind there. That's what I'm thinking. Something like that. It looks a shambles at the moment, I know, but don't worry, I'm sure it will get better. Being shown the way, I think, at last, maybe. Those pocket-sized paintings are coming along very nicely. Oh, cheers, Christian. Yeah, I've done a fair few of them now. So 6, 70. I've done 18. I've done 20 actually. I just don't know whether I'm using them all for this project. And then I've got another load of paint canvases there to work through. It's another 20 odd there, and then another 70 that have just arrived. So, you know, I've got my work cut out for me, but that's why I'm doing these paintings, just to get these canvases out of the way, and then I can fully focus on the other project. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of all of this because it's pissed me off. So let's black all this off. Yeah, it's going to be a fun project to do, I think. What I might do at some point is, I'm not sure yet, but I might ask for any of your advice, as a, you know, just to get some other random elements in there and ask for your suggestions as to what kind of paintings I might include. Where are you going to store? Where am I? Yeah, that is the big question. I've found that I can get probably around 50 of them just on that one bookshelf, so I might be able to get away with just bookshelving them. My books aren't pleased about the prospect of that, obviously, but yeah, space is the big problem here. So another thing I might do, if my paintings continue not to sell, is I'll either do a mega sale where they're pretty much worth, you know, nothing, or just give them away. I'm not sure what to do yet, because I've got a lot of other paintings in our living room that are just sitting there, and they've been there for years because they don't sell. But yeah, I know it's not to everyone's taste. Yeah, I've got about 20 paintings of dicks in there. Oh, someone's here. Someone's here. Hey, girl. Yeah, I'm still going for the time being, but I'm getting there. Is it raining? Fucking rain. Oh, the canvases came. The can buy. You see the box? No, not yet. The chap that was bringing them didn't seem very happy. Probably couldn't find it, and it also weighed a ton. That's what I said when I spat in his face. No, he's quite a nice chap. Sorry? Oh. Presents? Come, give me presents. Hey, nobody. No, it's alright, I can wait. Sure, I'll post this up. Hey girl. Do you want to come on the camera? Oh. Yeah. Are you getting rid of the...
Oh, I can keep it spare, yeah.
Okay. Ideally, yes. Phew. So I'm going to start cleaning up some of these areas now. Looks like it stained it. God damn it. Oh, cheers, Billy. Yeah, it's okay. I'm in two minds about it, but I'll keep working at it and see what happens. I reread Wonderworld after your last live stream. Oh, wow. Cheers. Yeah, that was one of the last science fiction stories I wrote, actually. I think that was the last one. Because I got all the others together and I needed to add a bit more to make it a book, really, so I wrote that one. But yeah, that was a weird. It was based on a dream I had. The bit where they go to the hotel, Plaza Hotel in New York. Yeah, I had a dream about that. Just that it was that it was all skewed, you know, the perspective of everything, and even to the point that there were people with skateboards. That was in the dream too, and it was almost a lucid dream. But when my dream got to the bit where the geometry is all over the place, it kind of went a bit mad, and then I woke up, I think. I also got to write about smoking, which was fun. One of my old pastimes. Wonderworld is one of my favourites from your book. Oh, wow. Oh, cheers. Cheers, Christian. Yeah, I was kind of pleased with it at the time because I don't know, I suppose writing something that had teenagers in it was something I was a bit, what do you call it? Reticent, to say the least. I don't really know how they talk and whatnot. So I set it in the 80s because it was closer to my recollection, perhaps. Hence, I didn't need to put any modern age lingo in. If you know what I mean. Love the weird ass pool. Oh yes, yeah, that was odd, wasn't it? I don't. Trying to think. I think that was amalgamation of another dream, actually. The pool part. I had a dream of a great big swimming pool that was kind of. It was perfectly clear, but you got the impression that the pool never kind of it didn't have a depth to it. So I loved that idea of. Yeah, strange pool. At the same time, I'm quite a big fan, well, I'm a major fan of Arthur C. Clarke's Rendezvous of Rama. I don't know if you've heard of that. And the weird stuff that they encounter on the cylinder ship. So I wanted a bit of that as well, just stuff that was weird, that wasn't explained. I like that. Surreal shit. Yeah, your description of smoking reminded me of Ian Fleming's descriptions of the same thing in a few of his Bond books. He does great descriptions of food and drink as well. That's cool. Yeah, I love descriptions of food and eating, particularly in books. That's one of the reasons why I love Haruki Murakami books, because he writes about a lot of mundane stuff in those stories, the banal, fixing, as the Americans would say, fixing lunch or breakfast, preparing lunch or breakfast, as we would say perhaps. And yeah, you don't encounter that very often. But there's something quite pleasing about those everyday things that we can all associate with. And for me, I used to love the process of rolling cigarettes. And I mean, I used to love origami, so it was a kind of a naughty version of origami. And so I was chomping at the bit to get that in the story. But yeah, don't smoke anymore. Just the occasional cigar, of all things. I've got a box of them, so I might turf one out one day, and you can watch me smoke a cigar. Yeah, that would be fun. Hard-boiled Wonderland is the first thing that comes to my mind. Yeah, that's a great story. I read that. I'd read loads of his stuff before I got to Hard-Boiled Wonderland, so I wasn't quite prepared for it. It's quite a strange book, in a good way, surreal way. My cousin's a big fan of that book in particular and recommended it as a kind of weird fiction suggestion. Really, really good stuff. That read like a dream in a way, didn't it? Of course, in many ways it was a dream. And it had a cracking map in the front of it as well, which I very much appreciated. That book made me hungry. There's food depictions in that one, is there? I imagine there was, but I don't remember it for that. My favourite Murakami is Wind Up Bird Chronicle. Oh, absolutely loved it, because it featured a well in it. I absolutely love wells. I find wells very intriguing constructions anyway, possibly from childhood. I suppose fairy tales that feature them and things like that, they're dangerous places, but they're also portals to other places, potentially physically or metaphysically. There's something about them that turns me on, shall we say. And yeah, there was a good bit of well action in that story. Plus, I was bonkers about Japan still at that point. I still am, but not to the extent that I used to be. I'll leave some of this fairly bare. Yeah, I mean, I quite like descriptive passages in books. My own writing does feature them quite prominently, but at the same time, I think having read some books this year that I feel had too much description in them, I can see that it can be a bit of a hindrance. And that was, what book was that? The first Amtrak book was, I thought that it was too much sometimes. The descriptions were nice actually, but I think there's a limit to how you should leave the lion's share to the reader's imagination, I think. So using sparser descriptions, so we can fill in the gaps. That was a bit more prescriptive as to what we're supposed to imagine, but you know, I mean, it's not a major drawback. I still really enjoyed the book. Yeah, that can be a problem. And so the first fantasy book I wrote, that James of Galandar, I think I haven't read it since really, but I imagine I might have gone a bit overboard with the descriptions in that one, but that was my first attempt, so it's going to have problems, I imagine. When I wrote that one, I was very much influenced by Clive Barker, so I was trying to be a bit more flowery with my writing. May not have succeeded there, I don't know. I'll complete that trilogy one day. I've still got to write the final installment. I know exactly what's going to happen, it's just getting the bastard thing written. I know it's a bugger really. I don't like letting down people that have invested time in reading the first two books. But at the same time, it's so hard to motivate yourself when, you know, when it's not a success. And by success I mean, you know, there's about 3 people that have said to me they're looking forward to the final installment, but that's it. So it's, for me, it means investing a whole year just working on writing that book to get it done. And at the moment, I'd rather put my energy elsewhere. It seems a lot of work just for what amounts to a kind of hobby, really. I mean, no, I don't know. I'll definitely finish it eventually, though. I had this grand idea that I would write load of them because I thought the story had legs to go quite far ahead, but I might do that when I retire one day maybe. But yeah, now my focus is painting and the Tarek novels. I think I'll write another one of those before I do anything else. Well, I've already started writing it. I've got so far in it. Going to be a bloody dragon in it again. I don't even really like dragons, but they keep cropping up in my Tarek books. If you're still there, Billy, how are you getting on with your channel? I haven't had time to look at it this week or the last week. Have you put anything else on? And Christian, sorry, I meant to say, have you read much else of Murakami's work? If so, do you have a favourite? Is it Wind Up Bird Chronicle? very hot in here, I'll tell you that right now.
Feeling one of your walls, okay?
Mm-hmm. What?
Mine are frozen.
It's alright. Crunchy. You're disrespecting my bread roll and you still want it. Please. Excuse me. Sorry, I've been missing your messages. It's not updating. It'll either update there or there. Bollocks. Good lord. Sorry, I've been missing loads here. The copy I have is one of my favourites from my collection. Wind Up Bird. Good. I should get to the Wind Up Bird at some point. Oh, Hard Boiled Wonderland, I see. Billy, I used to live in a village called Offwell. think I know Offwell. And the legend was that the local Saxon chief called Off lost his family sword down a well. No way. Oh, that's a great story. Awful writing idea for the next Tarek book. Do it politically correct. That ain't happening. Offwell. That sounds really familiar. Offwell. Is that near Honiton? I did a review of a DOS project called ExoDOS last week. Okay. Got a retrospective of Might Magic 1 in the works for Sunday. Lovely. Oh, good. You're diversifying your stuff, but all within the realm that we all love. Excellent. Just Norwegian Wood and the Secret Library, both were fine, but the one I truly enjoyed was Hardboiled Wonderland. I've got the Secret Library as well. I also like Norwegian Wood, and South of the Border, West of the Sun. That used to be a favourite of mine. I've never read The Elephant Vanishes though. It's supposed to be good, isn't it? Yeah. Get on the Wine.bird though. That's definitely worth a gander. It's quite a big book though. It's quite a meaty tome. Yeah, apologise for that. This stupid messaging thing. YouTube need to sort their shit out. Okay, the bare bones are there. Still a bit shaky around the edges, but this needs to be cleaned up. It's rough as, isn't it, really? Speaking of like the Tarek book, so one of the books that inspired me to write something like that is Martin Scott's Phraxus series of books, and he's a kind of it's a fantasy world, but he's a detective kind of thing. At the time I thought that was really original, but obviously, well, I now know that wasn't, there'd been other things before that, other fantasy detective stuff. What's the one? I can't remember the name of it now. I've got all the books, but I can't remember the name of the author now. All of the titles are puns. Yep, I've forgotten it. But that Martin Scott won the World Fantasy Award for that Phraxus book, and I've always thought it was a bit odd because, I mean, I quite enjoyed it as a form of escapism, but it's not brilliant, if I'm completely honest. So I was quite amazed that it won that award, to be honest. And yeah, so that character Phraxus is similar in many ways to Tarek, but it's kind of tame, if you will. So yeah, I'll certainly never be winning any awards for it with the way Tarek behaves, but. I was reading an article today actually about the Hugo Awards. Yeah, Thraxus, so it's spelled Thrax, Thraxus. The aesthetic seemed to be, I mean, it was a fantasy world, but it seemed to be kind of loosely based on Roman, ancient Rome, really. They wore togas, some of them. Wizards wore rainbow-coloured cloaks, and their names all had. There's a lot of Thraxus and Pontifrax and various things with AX on the end. Was it Pontifrax? No, that's one of my characters, but yeah, it's probably informed by that. That's probably going to have to do, I think. I mean, it's supposed to be it's humorous, really humorous fantasy adventure, solving mysteries, but they're very samey. If you read the first few books, there's not a lot going on. It's all more or less the same thing, really, and it's not. I mean, it's humorous. It's light-hearted, which aids itself more as a form of escapism than anything. It's not really laughing your head off kind of stuff. But there we are. How long have I been on? Okay, that's not too bad. Just wondering whether to heighten some of this. What the devil am I doing here? I don't know. Oh, fuck it, I'm just going to wipe some of this off. It's a problematic painting, I would call this. Slightly problematic. this down a little bit. Each time I do a painting, I don't entirely know what I'm doing. I'm always kind of making it up on the fly, which is kind of a fun way to work, I must say, but there's a lot of peril associated with that way of working. But saying that, I don't ever want to reach the point where I know exactly what I'm doing, because I think it would be boring. Philosophy. I like you making it look, I like it to be a bit rough around the edges, to a certain extent. Clean it up later. That'll do. Right. Just do a tiny bit more cleaning. Sorry, hopefully your eyes aren't glued to this, because it's not particularly interesting. Hopefully you're just chilling. Almost there, almost there. Just going to straighten this line. Then we'll call it a day, I think. Oh my Christ, what am I doing? Can't check the lines in this position. It'll do, it'll do. I do like the colours, there's some nice colours there. Yes, 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 yes. I've got some spare paint. I'm just gonna paint the sides. Quite like doing that. The height of entertainment watching me paint the side of my canvas. Never used to paint the sides, but I quite like it now. I had when I was studying art in Bath, one of the professors, she absolutely hated the idea of painting the sides of a canvas. I wasn't a painter then, but she was talking to one of the other painters who favoured painting the sides, and yeah, she turned her nose up at it a bit. I don't know if that's snobbery or what. I don't know what it was. I mean, I don't give a fuck personally. I think it looks better sometimes when there's a definite colour on the edge. White is too stark, I find. Depending on the painting, of course. I've left them blank in the past, but by and large, I'll paint the cunt. Apologies, sorry. I think the fumes are getting to me. It's not very well ventilated room. Try to combat the fumes of solvent with a fair dollop of vape juice. I find that helps. It's quite relaxing as well doing the painting on the sides, because you're not really, you can switch your brain off and just do it. I mean, this is just a base coat. I'll probably go over this again when the painting's finished, because this is just a template really. I'll be painting over the top of all of this with more detail, shadows and whatnot. This is more just to get the initial form. There's only one of you left by the looks of it, because I'm the other one, I think, watching. very different expectations for this painting initially, but it never tends to come out the way I imagine. I don't think it's a bad one, but I don't know. Let's see how it turns out. All the little crevices. Oh, yes. I think we're done, my loves. I think we're done. Here it is. But it's not finished, of course. Forgot to bloody set the camera's focus. Can you believe that? Hello, Zolt. How are you doing, old boy? It's a bit late to be putting the focus on that, but I'll do it. Damn it. There it is. Finito. Okay, I've got to put this on the drying rack now. It's done. It'll do, it'll do. Oh, cheers, Zolt. Thank you. Yeah, I just did that. just on top of an abstract background. Yeah, so it will be, what do you call it? There we are, it's better. Yeah, that's just the base layer really. I'll be doing more once it's dried. Pop in some shadows and whatnot. But yeah. Ugh. All this away. What are you doing today, Zolt? You working? Just going to clean my brushes. I'm almost done. I'm just cleaning my brushes. Okay, you've already sent me the music. I'm not going to be on much longer though, Zolt, so I'm just cleaning my brushes now, but if you've got something to me to play while I do it, you're more than welcome. Okay, yeah. Where's this music then? Did you send it to me? Cannon fodder is a good idea. Yeah, I was playing that back along. I was going to do a long play of it, but it was very, very difficult. But I will do it eventually. Yeah, you can't see what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just cleaning my brushes. I didn't think you'd want to watch that. Okay. Okay, here we go. Music supplied by Zolt. Advert was going to come on there. I've saved you that. Okay, here we go. Right. Hello. Yeah, it's good. beat, a bit of 8-bit. Beautiful. The crackers on. Yeah. Mm. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. Let's save that one. Send me another. Send me another. If you can.
Wix gives you the power.
He's got an album of them, yeah. Wonderful. I don't know if I'll play tonight. I'll just carry on because I'm almost finished now. Yeah, I'm quite busy this week, so I think I might have to. I'll see how it goes. I might do another thing of my Alien playthrough, maybe. I'm still not even halfway through that game. Can you believe it? It's hellish. I know I could probably dip into another game, but I kind of want to. Once I get on a game, I just want to finish it. Yeah, it's quite an undertaking, that game, especially if you're blessed with the skills I am, which are not brilliant, to say the least. If there's anyone watching, you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just cleaning my paintbrushes. I was painting earlier, but yeah. Filth. Almost done. Nice little bit of baby oil. Yeah, I'll get back on that, Zol. I'll be... in fact, Cannon Fodder will probably be the next one I do. Because I got quite far on my kind of practice. Although I was recording it as a playthrough, but something went wrong and I had to stop it. Almost had a breakdown, in other words. It wasn't quite as bad as that, but the problem I find is with the vehicles, you know, the Jeeps and whatnot. If you just a stray tiny little bit of flame from a grenade hits it, the whole thing bloody goes up, your whole party die, and that's the end. Well, then you have to redo the level, and some of them are really quite involved. Great game though, but flawed. Right, that's that. And my brushes. Okay, mate. Yeah, thanks for popping in. Yeah, I'll catch you later. Enjoy your Cannon Fodder later. Whee! And I'll probably be going as well now. How about that? So if there's anyone left there, hope you have a nice day, rest of your day, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Won't be for a few days though, because I've may not even be one on Friday, I don't know yet. So I've got a few things cooking, but you never know. Where's my turpentine? There we go. Okay. Cheerio.